Lieutenant General Bhargav, Major General K.J. Singh, the distinguished persons on the dais, the faculty and the students of Amity University. It's a pleasure to be here among you, and I must say I am very happy to see this beautiful campus and the excellent infrastructure facilities here, which makes you proud that our country also has got now infrastructure which is world class and is not second to any in the world. Well, the organization, the seminar that we are today inaugurating and watching is, I must say, the time of the day. As all HR persons know, any organization is as good as its human resources. After all, what is organization? It is not infrastructure, it is not technology. This can be done everywhere. The real force of an organization, the real organization itself is the human resources, and therefore it is as good as the human resources. And for any effective management of any organization, I must say that the knowledge, domain knowledge, is very important. And we see a lot of management trainees, management students, and management graduates coming into our organizations. But unless they have domain knowledge, they take a lot of time to get acquainted with the organization, its technology, its things. To that, this particular the initiative where the domain knowledge and the management skills are imparted at the same time is very important, and I must congratulate Amity University on that, that they have a MBA course which is merging, which is also having part of telecom management inbuilt into that. So you are given exposure to the telecom organizations along with your management skills. As has been said by Professor Agarwal, the technology is changing very fast. What we anticipated that, we actually not anticipated, what we did not believe will change in even 5 years, it has, he said, changed in 2 years, less than 5 years. That is quite true, I would say. I know that to keep pace with the technology is a real challenge, because I have been responsible for conducting technology in MTNL. Incidentally, in MTNL we have been able to induct latest technologies, whether it was broadband based on ADSL2+, or whether it was IPTV based on MPEG-4, or whether in the Commonwealth Games this time we were the first to bring high definition TV to the world. From various venues we were able to bring it to the International Broadcasting Center, from where it was telecasted all over the world. High definition uncompressed television. But then the change in technology poses a very big challenge for the managers to cope up with the technology changes, especially in a PSU sector, is really very difficult, because you see our procurement process, our tendering process itself takes about, you start drafting specifications and you go for procurement, it takes about 1 year to get the things. And if the technology changes so fast, so by the time you finalize the tender, you find that the technology has changed. It is simply not workable. So these are challenges which have to be met by managers who are exposed to these concepts. I know the telecom used to be a very simple thing when I entered the field. I have got almost now 36 years experience in telecommunications. We knew that we used to have very detailed engineering manuals given by the British before they left. they had started the first telegraph line in the country, and they had started the telecommunications. They had documented everything very methodically into large volumes, even to the extent that how to put a joint between two wires was documented along with the pictures in those manuals. But these manuals were possible because there was a consistency of technology over a long period of time, and people were following those instructions. Today, if you decide a maintenance philosophy, tomorrow the philosophy changes because the technology itself changes. We have come to a point where now instead of central, it is a totally distributed network. So the whole maintenance philosophy, the whole management philosophy changes along with the technology, which is changing so fast. And services, you are seeing a lot of new services every day. A merger between telecom and IT. I think Vice Chancellor talked about the merger, the convergent of with the embedded devices. I think it may appear a very far-fetched idea today, but actually it is very much possible, very much on the anvil that such things will happen. Because who would have imagined a few years back that all these computers, IT and telecom will merge and we will have these kind of things. He talked about the ticketing, the online services, online facilities which you have today. We know that in 2005 we started broadband. We hardly had 10-15 subscribers coming every day, and because they wanted to know what will broadband do. If you tell the subscriber that you will be able to get speed up to 264 kbps and 2 MB, he said, what is speed and what do I do with the speed? But today, you know, a telecom network is only 1/3 part of the overall service delivery platform. It is the end devices and the content. So there must be content, there must be an end device, and then only the network has a meaningful role to play in between. Today, we are adding almost 1,000 subscribers every day because of the tremendous amount of content, whether it's online trading or whether it's ticketing, booking, filing of your income tax returns, everything. It has made the life so convenient, the technology. But then the challenges do come for the managers. I think if somebody, I know one of my colleagues, he was a technocrat and he got into HR, and he's on our board as director HR, and he was saying that I am a technical man, I am coming into HR, I don't see enough challenge. I said no, look at in HR the kind of challenge you will have is tremendous, because after 5 years down the line in MTNL, it will not be technology or finance which will pose the biggest challenge, but it will be to manage to right people in the right positions. Because if you see the succession plan, after 5 years, 6 years, who are going to be the top managers, who are going to be the middle managers, and who are going to be the board directors? If you talk today with the kind of challenge in getting and retaining the human resources, it is the biggest challenge, and the organization cannot sustain unless these people are there to manage these posts at the right time. I think this seminar has a very good topic, that human resource for faster telecom growth. But I would also like to add, along with faster telecom growth, let it be a right telecom growth. What is happening is that we have so far been following the standards developed worldwide, with the result that sometimes you get equipment which works in spectrum which you don't have in the country. Now, there was a time when we were a small player and most of the growth was taking place in Europe and USA, in the Western world, and we had to follow what standards were developed there and whatever equipment was developed there. Today, the maximum growth is in India. Professor Agarwal talked about telecom sector, that even in the session it did not stop growing. It is growing at the fastest rate, and still we are following the standards and the equipment developed in the Western world, with the result that when it comes here, we say that the spectrum is not available, then we try to vacate the spectrum, we line into a lot of problems, all because we are not able to make the standards. I am very happy, I was talking with the Vice Chancellor that a lot of R&D work is going on here in this campus, and I think this is one thing which was missing from the Indian campuses, that we were imparting the knowledge to the students, no doubt, but we were not really creating knowledge by doing R&D and development work. And this is where industry and the academic world has to come together and make sure that we develop our own standards. We are talking about telecom here. It is the need of the day to have our own standards. We decide which kind of service we would like to have in the country, in what spectrum we would like to use, and what kind of resources we have, and how to match them with the equipment that we are going to manufacture. And that will also help you in becoming a leader in manufacturing. As long as you follow standards and the technologies developed by somebody else, you will never be a leader in manufacturing. For you to be a leader in manufacturing, you have to develop your own standards and your own this thing. And the kind of growth we are seeing is, this is possible because the country itself has got enough opportunities for absorbing all that equipment. I think value system is another thing which was talked by both the Vice Chancellor and Professor Agarwal. And this is again one thing which I think the academic world has a big role to play in developing this value system. I can tell you one small example. We all drive on Delhi roads, but you all know how they drive on the Delhi roads. Nobody follows lanes, nobody follows any rules and regulations. The whole problem is because the people who teach driving are those who are driving like that. If I drive like that, I will teach the same kind of driving to my children. Somebody has to break that nexus, and from where it can happen is from if the students are taught driving in the school itself like it is done in the US, then probably they can be taught proper driving and this nexus can be broken, and then it can continue like that. Otherwise, it will continue the way it is continuing. There's just a small example that how can we bring this value system, and the role which academic world can play in bringing this value system is tremendous. Really, because what you learn at home is what is coming from the generations, but what you can learn at the school can always be adapted to the latest things in the world. Actually, I wouldn't like to take too much of your time, but like to conclude with something one of my colleagues said. He was called for an interview when he wanted to get his child admitted in a school. And during the interview, because the parents are also called for interview, during the interview, he was asked that what is your vision, what you like your child to be? How you see him as a doctor, or you see him as an engineer, or MBA, or what is your role? And he said that I would like to see my child as a good human being. And that is, I think, that institutes like this bring out good human beings. And I want... Thank you. And I want to wish all the success to this seminar, which is the time of the day. And I hope that you will be able to deliberate the HR policies which are required for facing the challenges of the telecom sector which are there existing today. Thank you very much.